Full Circle, the developers of Skate over at EA, have made a community post today announcing layoffs and a full restructuring of the Skate team. Their full community post reads as, "To our Skate community, since launching early access in September, tens of millions of you have stepped into Sandvansterdam. Your passion, creativity, and feedback have reinforced our belief in what Skate can become. As Skate continues to evolve, we're transforming as a studio. We're reshaping Full Circle to better support Skate's long-term future and focus the team on the things that matter most to you, and making those things great. These shifts mean making changes to our team structure, and some roles will be impacted. The teammates affected are talented colleagues and friends who helped build the foundation of Skate. Their creativity and dedication are deeply ingrained in what players experience today. This decision is not a reflection of their impact, and we're committed to supporting them through this transition. Our work on Skate continues. We look forward to working with you as we move faster, listen more closely, and deliver consistently for you, all of you. Our commitment to Skate and the millions of players who believe in it remains strong. To our departing teammates, thank you. Skate exists because of your hard work and dedication to the craft. To our community, thank you for your passion and trust. Full Circle." This comes less than a week of their Isle of Grom and Season 3 announcements, where they received a massive amount of player backlash from the Skate community, including a video for myself where it was extremely critical. I feel this is not surprising whatsoever. I kind of don't know what to expect from Full Circle or EA. I don't know what their new direction is when it comes to the restructuring of their team. This can go in many different directions, and I don't really understand which direction they want to take the team with the restructuring and their end results they want. Which part of the teams are they removing and restructuring? The ones who developed the core Skate features, or the ones who built the core shop experience? There's two sides to this. I know development can be very complex and teams can be very complex, but it's just like, which members are they removing to keep other ones? What's this restructuring looking like? Are they restructuring to prioritize more monetization? Or are they restructuring to actually prioritize what player features we want in the game? What they have said in this update doesn't really bring any confidence towards me. They are saying they're listening to players, they want more transparency, but they've been saying that since day one and haven't delivered any of that. But yeah, unfortunately, this is not surprising to me. It was just a matter of time before layoffs were hitting the Full Circle team. Luckily, it's not a full studio closure. It is just a restructuring, but it really leaves into question how much of the team will be left available to work on Skate. We don't really know the studio size of Full Circle, and we don't really know how many jobs have been impacted by this layoff. I'm sure as the story progresses, more developers will come forward with like how the situation is at Full Circle. I'll be looking forward to finding out more or hearing from more of those developers. If any of the developers who are affected by this would like to get their message out there, feel free to send me a message, an email. I'll keep it anonymous for any updates. But yeah, this is just terrible news for Skate, for the people who laid off and affected. You know, as much as in my last video I did make the statement, I do believe that Skate deserves better developers. I wanted developers to do better, not be fired. And I do not support any studio laying off employees just to restructure. I think that's a bullshit, bogus excuse. But at the same time, the reality is there. Look at the numbers of Skate. People are not playing Skate. The money isn't rolling in for Skate to probably support this team anyway, at the size it's currently at. So Full Circle and Skate experiencing layoffs, that's not a good sign for the longevity of Skate. I mean, Season 3 comes out in a few weeks now, and there's really not much they can do as a studio within 3 weeks. It's really going to come down to what Skate and Full Circle do in the following update after season 3 on what they mean by restructuring. But really not good news today at all overall for Skate Full Circle, and it's really unfortunate, as I really wish it could be a more positive story. But yes, I wish the news could be more positive, but yes, there has been in fact layoffs over at Full Circle and DA over Skate, and that's probably going to affect the game in the future. How, we don't know. We don't know what their plans are, what their goals are. We don't know if we're doing this because they want to inject more monetization, or if they want to scale back on the monetization and maybe do what players want and maybe reprioritize certain features, right? Maybe they will actually be listening to feedback, but that's, again, saying you're going to be listening to players' feedback and actually putting action on players' feedback are two separate things, and they have only done words and not actions. I really, very unfortunate news. Any positives in this, I'm really listening with a large spoonful of salt. I don't trust EA. I really don't trust EA to do right by the skate community or any gamer out there. So it's hard to trust EA in Full Circle when they say they're doing this for transparency and for the better of the game. I really think this is a coffin in the nail for Skate. I really think Full Circle is really headed toward financial collapse if they're unable to commit to what they actually say in this statement. That's unfortunate. I wish Skate could become the best version of Skate it could be. Time will tell if the changes that they're going to be doing at Full Circle will lead to that. We'll see. But yeah, not good news. Not good news at all about Skate and Full Circle today. But let me know what you think. I really think this is a nail in the coffin, but I will feel sympathy for anyone who loses his job over Skate. But I will not feel sympathy for the decision makers over at Full Circle and EA who are leading to this kind of inevitable disaster. This was avoidable, but EA and Full Circle just kept charging forward at not listening to player feedback, and it led to this. So if you guys want to see my last video discussing the updates that were for Season 3 and for the Isle of Grom, you can see it there. Please like and subscribe if you did this. I'm kind of getting back into the flow of making videos and updating things and everything. So this is really only my second video on this, and it's just a short little update. I have a video coming up shortly for my switch to Linux, because I have been fully converted to Linux for a few months now, and I want to do a little overview on that. I also got a third video in the works for MX Bikes. I've just been loving that game, and that's been a really fun, enjoyable experience. And with learning how the community ranked and everything is, I'm about 100 hours, so I'm going to be doing a video showing like where I'm at after 100 hours of MX Bikes and my experience with that community in that game, and it's been really good. So we'll see how that goes. Lots of fun. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Let's keep games honest. This is Nick.